Hey, parents, teachers, grandparents, and caretakers, thank you so much for coming back again and again. I said something very interesting when I was speaking to the teenagers. I was talking about mistakes, and I was telling them, don't be afraid to make mistakes. And I just want to say this again to you. Please don't be afraid to make mistakes. We cannot be perfect parents, and there are no perfect parents, and there are no perfect teachers. Now, if you're someone who is constantly making mistakes or shouting at the teenagers or doing something again and again and saying, oh, I'm so sorry, I will not do it again, and you're doing the mistakes again and again and again, then that's a problem. That's a problem. That's a different issue altogether. We have to deal with that. But don't be afraid in your journey of discipling your children, discipling your teenagers. Don't be afraid to make mistakes, and don't be afraid to admit it that you have made mistakes. I'll give you very key core principles. When you make mistakes, first is to admit it. 2 is to learn from it. 3, don't repeat it. And 4, very important, make new mistakes. Because unless you make mistakes, you will never learn. Unless you make mistakes, you will never be in a place to understand saying, okay, I should have not done that. And that journey, that vulnerable journey with your children, with your teenagers, I'm telling you, in your discipling the next generation, that journey, that is going to be a key place where your children will actually start to respect you. Your teenagers will actually start to respect you. Your young people will actually start to respect you. I'll say that again. When you make a mistake, admit it, learn from it, don't repeat it, and finally make new mistakes. Why am I saying make new mistakes? Don't be afraid to make new mistakes. Because if you're someone who's making mistakes, which means you're trying to do something. It's only people who don't like to do anything, don't move out of the comfort zone, who are detached and just walking around. They are called as parents, but they're not parenting anyone. They're called as teachers, but they are not teaching. So you are someone who's trying to do things, and that's why you're making mistakes. That's okay. That's okay. So make new mistakes, because you are trying to conquer some new boundaries. You're crossing new barriers. That's okay. Keep moving in that place. I will encourage you. Don't be afraid to make mistakes. But remember, when we make mistakes, first is to admit it. 2 is to learn from it. 3, don't repeat it. We have to somehow keep a track on that. And I said, I should not repeat it. Sometimes if you repeat it, just say that, I've repeated again. I'm sorry. 4, don't be afraid to make new mistakes. It's okay to make new mistakes. It's okay to make new mistakes. Parents, teachers, caretakers, grandparents, you are very crucial in discipling the next generation. We are losing our children. We are losing our teenagers. We cannot lose them anymore. We started this annual conference called IDTNG, Intentionally Discipling the Next Generation. And we are having the annual conference in 2023 in the month of November 11th. It's going to be in Bangalore. We'll let you know the details later. On November 25th, that's also a Saturday. November 11th is also a Saturday. November 25th, it's going to be in Chennai. We're going to do it in 2 cities this time. It's a one-day conference. We are just going to talk about how we can disciple our children, our next generation, in the Word of God and God of the Word. Especially in today's scenario, how can we move forward? And it'll be a blessing. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you so much for being here. You're interested in discipling the next generation, and that's why you're here. May the Lord bless you and guide you and give you wisdom. God bless you.